What's going on, guys? I have The Legacy. This is my second issue from 615 Comics, and let's just get right on into it. So, to sum up, we follow a 16-year-old named Malik. We find that he is always training with his father, both body and mind, and he is like the strongest and smartest person at his high school. But he always kind of sandbags himself. You know, he'll miss questions on a test and stuff like that, or he uh, he allows the other people, like in track or something, keep up with him until he just blows him out of the water. Because he's just trying not to raise too much awareness about how smart and strong he is. Uh, Now, Malik's kind of feeling like he could be of better use. You know, he's just like, what am I doing all this training for? And he finds an opportunity to kind of prove himself a little bit, so to speak, when he stops a bunch of gang members from holding up a business that he likes to go to. I think it was called a 24/7. And he kind of gets an addiction to fighting crime. And to top it all off, he doesn't feel like he can tell his dad about this and decides to keep it a secret from him, even though his dad pretty much reads him like a book. But that's where I'll leave it for right now. Now, I do have a little bit of criticism towards this, and my biggest criticism is Malik is he's just too good at everything right from the get go. And I have a little bit of a forgiveness on this one just because it all seems to be kind of centered around the meteor necklace that he's wearing. But we're definitely going to have to find a way to make me worry about him as a whole. Now, he does seem like he can be, shot and killed and things like that. So, I mean, he does seem to be just flesh and blood and not invulnerable to, man made things like that. So, there's at least that going for him. And I think his cockiness is going to get him into some trouble. So there are still some things here that I do like, but he seems to be very fast, very strong. He's like holding himself back, and that makes me wonder long term how that one's going to play out as far as my interest is concerned. Because I get I'm an individual, but these kind of heroes don't usually play well for me sticking around. Um, but that whole necklace thing, that might keep my interest around, especially if that's something where like his enemies start to become aware of it. So we'll see how that goes. I do like the relationship between Malik and his father. Um, they seem to have a very strong bond, and especially in more current stuff, you don't really see the fathers being fatherly and trying to teach in their way. So I do enjoy that, and I am kind of interested in the whole mystery surrounding the meteor necklace itself. We get a little bit of a tip off as to what's going on with that exactly towards the end of the book. So I don't want to spoil too much, but I definitely have some interest there. And like I said, I do enjoy the book, and I'm planning on backing a sequel. I just don't know how long this will keep me going, unless I'm starting to see, oh, Malik can be hurt. Um, he can be put in a bad situation. He's not always going to just come out triumphant because that kind of stuff would just bore me to tears. So far we are off on to a good start. And like I said, I do plan to back the next one. And if this does sound like something you guys want to check out, be sure to check the link in the description as to where you might get a copy for yourself, or at least who to follow should a second campaign arise. But that is all I have for today, guys. So until next time, take care and God bless.